Welcome to Africa's Travel Indaba for 2025. A million, or should I say a billion possibilities await those who come and visit this year's beautiful exhibition that's taking place in Durban, as it always does. And of course, that theme, Unlimited Africa, here in the heart of it all, Durban, South Africa, which is just a fantastic host city to have it in, that is still buzzing. It's electric when you come into Durban, whether we're talking football, whether we're talking the sun. It's beautiful, it's shining, it's hot. There's no thing called winter when we talk about Durban. But South Africa is certainly one of those hubs where a lot of African countries come and they want to showcase what they have to offer, so that when you do make your way into Africa and you perhaps decide to do a holiday in South Africa, there are many other possibilities as well for you to visit. But I've got the minister with me, and I know that she is the lady with all of the answers for where we are going, and as a country with tourism, Patricia de Lille. So lovely to have you, Minister. Yes. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Leanne, and thank you to Morning Live for always joining us this time of the year.
No doubt you had a walk around yesterday. Yes. I can hear they're still setting up. You can hear everything still being like put together, but it's almost there. How are you feeling about this year?
Well, we are very positive. You know, we're looking for that breakthrough where we can grow tourism in our country and in the continent exponentially. And I think we've got the assets. We've got the rivers, the mountains, the seas and everything. So we need to be a bit more aggressive in marketing the continent, because the competition that we have is very stiff. Yeah. This year we have got over 1,300 stands, exhibitors here. Where you see us now, it's called the Market Access Program. That's funded by the Department of Tourism, where we bring in 120 SMMEs and we set up buyers for them. We make sure that we follow up and track so that they can grow their businesses. And then we have got 1,200 buyers from across the world, more than 55 countries that are here, including a lot of media houses, you know, from around the world, including China, India, United States of America, UK. So we're very excited. This is really the premier event for the continent.
Yeah. And an important event, because people are hungry to travel. I've never seen anything like it. I know, because I'm a travelholic, so it's something that I love and I look at all the time, trying to find new experiences, hidden gems, which I know is your very big passion. And it's not only me, it's a lot of people around the world. Hidden gems, your passion. Talk to me about that. How do we market South Africa away from just let's go on a safari?
I agree 100%, Leanne. And you know what, the bedrock of tourism in South Africa is domestic tourism. They bring in far more capital and visitors and trips that local people are doing. And therefore it's important that we need to continue marketing the less visited provinces and show those hidden gems in the Free State, in Mpumalanga, in Limpopo. And South Africans are beginning to realize that as a country with much more to see except safaris or Table Mountain, those iconic places people do visit. But I think the potential for growth is there domestically. And then, of course, we need to get to the pre-COVID 2019 figures for international. But just in January this year alone, we received 2.8 million visitors to South Africa. And of course, we have got our African brothers and sisters here. More than 27 South African ministers are here, countries that are having the exhibitions here. And yes, we compete amongst each other, but it's to show this Pan-African event what is available in our continent. And South Africa is proud that we can host it every year and, you know, push for further growth to bring more visitors to the continent. But also, and get South Africans also to travel more within the continent.
Absolutely.
Go to Mozambique, Angola, Zambia. There are beautiful places to see.
Yeah, they certainly are. In fact, we just had an encounter with the Zambian tourism minister's team.
Yes.
So they are here,
Yeah.
they're ready to talk, they want to, they want to sell it. But where do we stack up on the continent? Because, I mean, at one stage, South Africa was, it was, we did amazingly well. We still are doing incredibly well, but there is stiff competition. So there's competition amongst us. How are we doing when it comes to numbers?
We've got Morocco, Egypt, Tanzania, and we are fourth. And I'm not happy sitting in that space
neither
of being
am I.
fourth. I think that we can do much better. Also, Kenya is a big competitor for us. Tanzania, in terms of safaris, people go there. And so our safari community, I think, become complacent over the years. We've got stiff competition there. So for us, I want a breakthrough, Leanne. We've grown for 5% in 2023, 5.1% in 2024. That's not good enough. It shows us that we need to do things differently. We've just launched our global campaign that says Africa awaits, South Africa awaits, come and find your joy.
Yeah.
And we are going to go out in the continent and around the world because I want to break past that 5% growth. I do know that we can do better. If we are prepared to work together, if we are prepared to work hard and work damn hard, I believe that anything is possible.
Yeah. Anything is possible. Two more questions to you before I wrap. I know the team are asking me to start wrapping things up, but the simplicity of coming to visit South Africa. Let's talk about that because there's this whole new e-visa system.
Yes.
I mean, I just applied for it when I went to Kenya now. It was absolutely a breeze. So perhaps you want to talk to it. When are we getting this in? Where are we going with visas and making it easier to travel?
The two key priorities that I've been pushing for the past 2 years is visa and improve air access, route development. And South Africa is doing very well. We've seen a growth in Chinese tourists and Indian tourists. And just now we went out for the second phase for more tour operators. Another 34 have applied from China, another 31 from India. So I'm happy to see the growth there. But then what the Minister of Home Affairs and Home Affairs are working on is that the electronic travel authorization. That is what the rest of the world is doing. And once that comes in, the ETA, it will be another enabler for us to grow tourism. And the minister will phase it in. I don't know, he will announce the program soon. But that is a big game changer because it's going to be electronic travel authorization for the whole world. And just in terms of processing the application for a visa, it's all artificial AI driven. So the turnaround time will be much, much shorter. So that is going to be a big enabler and game changer for tourism.
Then finally, Minister, we can't hide away from the fact that we're not getting the best publicity at the moment, whether it's true or not.
Yes.
But perceptions speak louder than anything else. And we saw yesterday a group of white Afrikaners arriving in South Africa on a refugee status. There is a narrative out there that is not very complimentary to South Africa. We know the president is speaking out against it. Are we doing enough, though? Because this is, you get travel warnings against coming to South Africa, and then something like that happens, and that can really damage us. Whereas the reality is, come see for yourself. This unfortunately is what people are not doing, and they're allowing the narrative to speak for itself. Are we doing enough? How do we try and combat what's going on at the moment?
Exactly, because perception becomes reality. But I don't know whether you've seen the survey that was released yesterday, the world perception about countries. And South Africa is number 7. We're up there, and so we mustn't rest on our laurels. We need to convert those travelers who do want to press the button to come and visit us, but they're worried about crime. They're worried about many other things. And that's why we continuously, on a daily basis, we have to break down that perception. Sometimes we score own goals, Leanne.
Yeah.
And we need to stop doing that too. Because an attack on one tourist, the negative publicity, it goes out worldwide. And it is the duty of the South African Police Service to protect South Africans, including our visitors. So we work closely with the private sector, with the police. Now with the G20, we are hosting over 130 business events. And at every single event, we've got tourism safety monitors. We accompany our guests. We have placed them at all the frequently visited areas for tourism. They are there. So we are trying and stop scoring own goals, and I think we'll be able to change that perception. What we are doing, we have got a number of repeat visitors, especially from Europe. And what we are trying to do with the repeat visitors now, we're sending them packages of our hidden gems. What else can they do?
Yeah.
And they are our biggest mouthpiece to promote our country better than ourselves.
Indeed. The biggest ambassadors are those that have been and sell it to others. Minister, good luck. Enjoy it, and may this be a brilliant success, because we certainly do need it. That's our Minister here of Tourism in South Africa, Patricia Little, talking to us about this Africa travel Indaba. Let's take a break. I think we're going straight back to studio to Sakina.